is back with another video. This time we're going to talk about castle skins per request. So if you're in your city view here, click on your castle, click on customize, and then come over here and you'll see the shop, which has all the different castle skins that you can acquire. Most of them, actually all of them, you'll have to purchase at some point. So if you're a free-to-play player, I guess you could get lucky and spin the wheel on some of them and get them for free. However, that's not likely the case. So I'm just going to talk about some of these before when we had the Westeros Pass, which they've changed now. So during the Westeros Pass, you'll be able to get some of these castle skins, and they are very good. A lot of them are very good. Some of them are just downright terrible, and some are just slight upgrades from others. So just depending on how you kind of look at it, and depending on what kind of kind of player you are. If you're more of a farmer, I don't like to fight too much, but I like to play the events and enjoy that type of the game. Then then some of these will be very good to you. Where others that like to fight, then absolutely there are other ones that are really good. I'm looking at the Dragon's Crown over here. I mean, just clicking on it, you can see the total attack 10%. The rallied army attack bonus 10%, and then you get the allies army health. So just real quick to show you the own bonus and the active bonus. And the own bonus means that these are what you acquire when you get this skin. So this castle skin. So basically, if you get it for 1 day, 3 days, 7 days, whatever it may be, you'll get this bonus during that time. Now, if you have it permanently, you'll get this bonus permanently for that. They kind of correlate in that respect. So army size bonus 10,000. In a general sense, that's not really that good. However, you think 10,000, and then you add on, the 20% buff, or the 50% or the 75% buff, then you're looking really, really good. Then you're talking, 15,000 or 17,000 plus extra troops. Which if you're a fighter, you know how vital that can be in a battle. Then you get the rally size expansion, and if you're a rally leader, that's definitely something that you want as well because it's very similar. The active bonus, that only occurs whenever you put the skin on. Whenever you actually take that skin and activate it, and you're wearing it out in the world map. So if we go to the Winds of Winter, same type of thing, army size. So they have the same bonus as the Dragon's Crown as well. However, if you look over here, the total attack is 10%, which is both, and then they have a little bit different makeup. So both of these are good fighters. If you're a fighter who has used all troop types, absolutely total attack, total health, that is crucial for that. Now we slide down a little bit. You get the Heart of the Grass. Heart of the Grass C. It has the enemy army health reduction, and then attack and defense 7%. That's not too bad at all. You always got to consider that the army size is good. Again, you like the 10,000, but you always got to consider when you're attacking, if you're attacking with one troop type, so that's just 7% for that one troop type. If you attack with all 3 troop types, then you're actually getting times that by 3. So now you're getting a 21% attack bonus. So depending on how you attack, that's what this skin will do for you. I don't think a whole lot of people actually have this skin, but I think this one, the Shadow of Valyria, I think that many have this one because I believe this was one of those ones that was in one of those Westeros passes. So this is a fervor attack, fervor health, and fervor defense. And some may say, that these are no bonuses whatsoever. Well, they are once you get in fervor, and if you're attacking, you're in fervor. That's just the way it is. You can't attack otherwise. Your rally size expansion, another 10,000, and then your reinforcement capacity 10,000, which is good because if you're trying to like hide troops or you want someone to back you up, defend your castle, then that's also better as well. But if you're looking at these active bonuses here, they're really good. This is one of the castles that as someone who's a kind of a medium spender, I don't spend a lot of money, but I spend enough that I like to enjoy the game. I like to upgrade certain things, and this is one that I would recommend you getting if you can. It's obviously depends on the price that you're going to pay and that type of thing. And then we move down a little bit further. You have the Fort Magnificent, and so gold dragon capacity, defense, health, building. Not a really good, not just in general, not a really good castle. I mean, if you're looking at the gold dragon, okay, so you're now getting your capacity has increased by 10%. This is more for, I think, a farming account than anything. And you're not going to, if you're not going to attack with it, but the building speed, we know right now, building speed is not that important. It's the research is what you're looking for. The Kings of Keep, the Keep of Kings, let's reverse that. You get the army size, rally size. So again, they're very, very similar to those first ones we looked at. The army size is what you want, and then you look over here, you see infantry defense and army allies army defense. So that's not a bad one either. You could activate this for if you're in a rally, maybe a rally leader, and you have mainly an infantry army or something like that. Vale Fortress, you can see right here, it's 1,000 black diamonds. Not bad, but actually that's expensive. That's really expensive for what you're getting. Total health 5, defense 5, and iron production and reinforce. Yeah, that's garbage. Don't even worry about that one. Then we'll move on to the garden keep. So as you would think, garden, you're thinking farming, stone, wood, transport. If you have a farm or some type of production castle, this is what you want it for. If you are going away for the day or something like that and you want to put this on and you want that production, I can see that. However, not recommended whatsoever. Again, the Vale Fortress is garbage. The Garden Keep, it's pretty close to that. And then you look at the High Keep, you get a research speed, 10%, great. Gold Dragon production, 10%, great. Motivation, 10%, really good. And then your hospital capacity if you own it. So this is a really good one to have if you're, if you're good. If you're going to sleep at night and you just want to, have that Gold Dragon production going throughout the evening and then the motivation recovery as well, this is a really good castle to have for, for non-battle situations. So if you can get this one, I highly recommend that one for sure. Move to High Creek, and then we're talking. Okay, so this, the garden, was the Vale Fortress was 1,000, and now the High Creek, which is double that, and you get 5% attack, 5% health, 5% defense. Garbage. You do not pay 2,000 black diamonds for that. Not worth it whatsoever. 5% is minuscule in compared to other things you can do. So now we're going to move on to the Infernal Fortress. 10% health. That's a pretty good own bonus for 10% health. That's a good. You want to acquire as much health as you can. Obviously, attack is the best attribute to get, but health is the second best. So you have siege attack reduction, which is good if you're a rally leader or you're in castle siege or KVK. You're defending a castle. That's what you want. Infantry defense and then endurance recovery. It's not a good combination of the three. You don't really. If you're fighting with attack reduction, your infantry defense is, okay, but that's only 5%. That's not much. And endurance recovery, that's for when you're not fighting. So I wouldn't recommend that too much either. And then the ancient capital, training speed. So this is one that if you're training troops, extra 5,000. You can train, plus you get an extra 5% to speed that up, plus, and then a hospital capacity as well. So total health 10%. That's a pretty good one if you're not doing. If you're training troops, this is kind of the one that you want to put on. And then you have certain disguises. So you have like a mint disguise, and you also have this other one here, which is a diamond. As you would probably assume is that the mint is going to give you the dragons, the gold dragons. So gold dragon actually gives you capacity. If you own it, you get the production of 10%, which is good. You want that. So if you're trying to increase your gold dragons, motivation limit, which is nice, and then your investment. So the investment's 2,000 here, but if you have the diamond one, they give you an extra 500 plus the diamond speed, gathering speed, plus the gold dragon production 10%, and then extra own bonuses here. So the diamond one is a little bit better than the mint one, just depends on what you want. But when you're post KVK and gathering diamonds, this is the one you want to have on for sure. So the rose blossom, we'd look at that one real quick. Siege attack reduction, resource gathering, and diamond gathering. So again, diamond gathering, post KVK, nice. Resource gathering, if you want to, when you're sending your troops out, sure. And then siege attack reduction, which is a 10% bonus, is always nice when you're doing that. But when you're fighting, you're not going to have this one on because these two have no value whatsoever. And then you see the single training quantity is 3,000. So that's an own bonus, is really good. Beacon of Light, you get a total defense, cav attack, spear attack. So if you're, and then an army size 5,000. So if you're fighting, this is actually a decent fighting one. And decent, you can justify the cav attack and the spear attack at 10%, which is nice as well. But there are other ones. There are other better ones than that. Like the Icebound Keep, this is one that a lot of people use. You get total attack of 10% and health 10%. And those are the top two. So attack is usually the one you want to acquire most, total attack, and then total health is second. So having a 10% bonus is really good for that. And then you get enemy's army attack reduction. So if they poured into you or you poured into them and they surround you within one square or one box, then they lose 10%. So if they lose 10%, then you're gaining that 10% with this castle skin. So that's 20% difference. That's pretty good. And then plus if you own it, you're getting that, again, what you want here with the army size and the rally size expansion. The Citadel of Justice, initially when this came out, and this was a while ago, I thought this was actually a really good skin. It's not that good of a skin. Total attack 5, total defense 5, bowman attack, which we know is garbage. So basically you're getting a 10% there, where this Icebound, you're already looking at 20% just on those. Then the reduction, if they come in and you poured in, yeah, it's not even close compared. And I know not everybody has it. You can see these little, I guess maroon or red circles here. That tells you that you own it. Not that you own it, but that you have certain, so if I press exchange, I can own this for a day, I can own this for 3 days. So I can own this for, total 4 days if I want to. If I press the exchange, click on this, check it out, and do the exchange apply, then I get that for that. So if I click on that, I would get this one here, the Icebound Keep, and I would get the army size bonus, the rally size expansion, plus all of these when I had this active. And they'll give you a little countdown for as long as you can have. But Icebound Keep is a good one for attacking. Citadel of Justice is kind of, again, not that great. So the Twin Pillars, you get the infantry defense, cav attack, spear. Not a bad one to have if you're going to fight. However, it's not. If you look at these, so it's defense. Defense is the third, the bottom of the barrel, basically. You get the attack and health and defense. So if you click on City of Prosperity, now you're looking at 10% across the board with the same thing, the exact same stats, 10%. So now you're getting an extra 2%, 2%. Then Twin Pillars, not that good. Okay, you get some own bonuses there, fortification, which again is ridiculously terrible. And then you get the fortification capacity. So we move down to the, like I said, Prosperity. This is a good one to have as well because of the cav attack, spear attack. City of Adoration. Now you're looking at research, building, and training. This is another one good if you're trying to do any one of these three things. The Grand Keep. This is one that I actually use a decent amount. And the reason that I use it is if I'm hospital healing speed, if I have wounded troops, this speeds that up. The capacity, don't really care because you're not going to have it on when you get attacked. So it's, I would assume you wouldn't. I don't think anybody would. There's many other skins you want to have on, but the endurance item usage limit is actually really good. So, and the reason I say that is if you're doing like a recently we just had the double rewards for attacking rebel groups. Well, if you get an extra 3 items on that, you can actually, that's 300, so you can attack, one and a half more uh, rebel groups, which is fantastic. That gives you, if they're especially if they're twice as much, for twice as many rewards. Um, so I use that for that a lot. And then even if you're attacking, rebel groups, it's not double reward. That's good to have. If you're like at a 16 or 17, you can throw that up to a 19 or 20. That's fantastic. So we look at the Glorious Keep, Iron Production, Resource Gathering, and Gathering Marching. So again, that's more of a farm account. This one is crucial. The Dunes Fort is absolutely crucial because you get the expedition damage increase, and this goes towards your rebel leaders. And when you can get that 20% in there, when you're attacking level 4s and level 5 rebel leaders, that 20% is a massive amount of damage. You're talking about a 5, or they've changed it recently, which they've debuffed the rebel 5 leaders, but that 20% is massive. I mean, you're talking now 5-6 hits, attacks on the rebel leader, where instead, if this wasn't here, you're probably spending your entire account, of motivation to try to kill the rebel leaders. So this is really, really good to have. And then you're talking the speed to get there. Forging speed can be good, I guess, too. I don't really consider this too much because I didn't really use it, but thinking about it, the forging speed that's pretty good. I mean, if you're, if you get to one where it would be a research in your equipment, then 20% increase. I mean, you're talking, say it takes you 10 days to do it, you take a 20% increase. That's a couple days off there, which is really, really nice to have. And then obviously your own bonuses. So the Dunes Fort is a really, really good one to have. Of all the skins, if you had a chance to get one of them, either for free or on the cheap, then this is the one that I would recommend. The Crimson Fort, I use this one all the time. This is one that I'm, you'll see me using all the time if I'm, not there for the day, or if I'm away from the game 4 hours at a time. Not for the research speed, but the endurance recovery is what I like on this one. You get the own bonuses as well. I mean, that army shelter capacity of 100,000 is really nice. But this, just the endurance recovery, and there are other ones that have this, and you could probably maybe use other ones. But a lot of times I will either forget to put it on the research speed. So if I'm doing a research, it's nice to have that on as well. Storm's Edge, there you go. See, endurance recovery 10%. Same thing. You could do one. This has the Gold Dragon production, where I don't use the Gold Dragon because I have basically an alt or a farm that does it for me, so I don't have to worry about that. But so this would be better than the Crimson Fort in the long run. We move down further. The Soul Spear, defense, attack. Yeah, sure. You get the own bonuses, whatever it is. Not that great. The House of the Falcon, total defense, healing. Again, there's other ones that were a little bit better than this, but I mean, if you want healing, if your troops are injured, sure. Ancient Vow. So this one is really good, and it's really good for those who have a cavalry-based attack, because that 30% is a pretty massive increase for a castle skin. So you're going to have obviously your other bonuses or other buffs for that cavalry, but this 30% is really good because you don't see this. You see the 10s and the 15%, but the 30%, which is double or more than the other castle skins, this is what you want. So if you can own this for battle, this is exactly what you want for cavalry. And then of course you also get your army size and your rally size. So it's really, really good. And then we move to the King's Glory. This is a massive infantry one. So if you're an infantry attacker, your front line is infantry, and that's all you have. Actually, if you pure infantry, you get it'll debuff the spear, and then you get the 10% and the 15%. That's a pretty good bonus for that too. So if you're in like a certain dragon rallies, depending on how people run those, and for rebel camps, if you're facing a spear front line, it's a really good one to have. Silent prayer, cav attack, cav. So that's not bad too. I mean, if you try to compare the two, which you want to think, like, do you want ancient vow when you're fighting with cav, or do you want a silent prayer? So cav attack 10%, cav health 10%, and then a fervor attack. So now fervor attack is if you're going to say you're on pure cav, now you're talking 17% attack with a 10% health. Here you're talking a 30% attack with a 10% defense plus a health reduction, and that's with you porting it. So this ancient vow is still better than this silent prayer overall, in my opinion. And then you got the own bonus. I'm not saying that if you didn't own this would be great if you own it, because you still get 100,000 there, but and then well, that doesn't matter, the building speed. But yeah, ancient vow is better for if you're a cav player. The miracle flame. Then you're getting, now you're getting a cav attack 15, defense, and enemy army health reduction. So that's a pretty good one as well. And then if you want to compare the two, you're talking 15% attack. So ancient vow is 30, so it's twice as much. We got a cav defense of 10. This has total defense of 10, so now you're even on that. And then the enemy infantry reduction is 10%. And then health reduction. So ancient vow is still better. So these ones have decent amount. I mean, are decent for fighting, but for cav. But that ancient vow is what you want. And the revival of wonders, which is, it seemed like that was the holy grail of castle skins, because most people they love spear attack. They're slower, but they do a little more damage than the cavalry. But the cavalry are faster. So maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe people go for the cavalry. So maybe those 3 skins up there are what people want. But the spear attack is if you're a spear attacker, this is what you want. 30%. It's very similar, almost identical to the ancient vow. So that's the one that you want there. Plus, of course, the extra own bonuses. Rose of High Garden, spear attack, spear health, spear defense. Again, we're talking about something similar to the silent prayer and the miracle flame to the ancient vow, but the rose garden is obviously all spear. Now when I send my troops out, I use this one, the lush forest, because they get that resource gathering is 15 extra %, so I'll send them out, so they'll be back, they'll clear that that node a lot quicker. The blue winter rose, total attack, and then you're talking then some area defense and health for the army. So yeah, this is okay. It actually looks pretty cool with the blue and the swirling colors and everything, but again, it's really not that good. Then we go to the very last one, which is the sunken city of the old way, and it gives you an army size, which is kind of new, to 30,000. And we talked about this before, and 30,000 doesn't seem like a whole lot, but like if you put that army bonus in there of 20%, 50 or 75%, this actually turns out to be a lot more. And if you want to increase the power of your army, the army size of it actually is underrated. We always look for that attack, the total attack, or the attack of the base army, but this actually army size is I think highly underrated. So you get the army size of 30,000, which is great, and then a total attack on top of that, and then also, just to throw in a little extra, the allies' army bonus defense. So this is actually pretty good. The skin itself, looking at it, is some pretty good animation, but the overall, I would think that's really, really good. So then we'll look at the marching animation. So there's a bunch of these too. I'm not going to go through them as much because there are a lot of redundancies in these ones. So you have like a cav attack, spear attack, marching speed. So depending on depending on which troops you use, if you're a pure cav attack, you throw all cav, you throw your tier 3s and tier 4s, or you're a spear attack and do the same thing. If you're a spear attack, clearly this is better because you got 15% plus your marching speed. Cav attack, not that great. Then you get a fervor defense, fervor health, and marching. Really not that great. If you're using multiple troops, then yes, that's a better one to have. The Dancing Flowers is one that I have. This is the one that you have to have on. You don't have to, but you should have on when you're gathering or when you're gathering resources, because your capacity goes up, your gathering speed, and then you have endurance recovery. So this is a really, really good one for that. And then you just look at other ones, they're a lot of attack ones, like, well, that has a gathering speed, but in the resource gathering, marching speed and a total health, but who needs a total health when you're just gathering? It doesn't really make sense. So another one, Dauntless Warriors, really not that great. Infantry there. And you get a total attack, total defense. So that's a pretty good one there if you're doing multiple, troop types when you're attacking. Again, 5%, which is not that much. I have this one unlocked in my other account, and it's 15% attack for cavalry. So if I'm using attacking with cav, that's what I want. And then this one here, which is infantry, same type of thing, and 30% marching speed. That's really good there. It'll boost your speed up there too, plus attack and defense. So that's actually a pretty good one there. Haven't really considered that one. Iron Board the old way. Yep, that's one you would consider because of those bonuses as well. But that's about it. If you have any questions or want to just discuss how your castle or how your army is based and which skin you should use for which situation, just send me a PM and or comment, and we can discuss that. No big deal. Kind of figure things out. So other than that, until the next video, see you later.